Unmute is a friend of mine. This is Shelly. I'm actually working on bookings now. I just had one of mine postponed. She just had surgery. She thought she would fill up to it. So I'm kind of scrambling to get some bookings. I don't have any on the calendar for the rest of the month, which is concerning to me. So I'm hoping I get some responses this evening.
Kind of where you're at. I started with 4, thinking that they were going to be solid. One just totally didn't get back to me at all, and she's in Mexico. And then another one had to postpone due to a family trauma. And so I have 2 on the books, but I've literally reached out to 270 people in 4 days that I've been home because I actually have COVID. And so I have reached out to 270 and have had 6 responses, and 2 were no's and 2 were yeses for June and May, and 2 were yeses for this month. But I think I'm just so appalled at the amount of reach out with no return.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I have had 5 parties, but like 3 of them were duds. So I have 2 that are doing okay and kind of hold me up, but yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping I get some responses and don't run into your issue.
Yeah, I hope you don't either. All right, I was just checking to see if anybody has any other things that are working for them, because I
What about-
used
What about you, Nora and Alicia? Any better luck?
For me, I've actually been super swamped with work. So I was, I guess, lucky enough that I had several booked prior to January. I think I had booked a few in the month of November for January and in December. But I had, so I had, let's see, I had 2 for each week pretty much this month. And then so far, 2 of them, one was MIA and the other one had to reschedule. So I do have one party going right now, and I have another one starting this weekend. I'm not really pushing it too much, and I haven't done too many reach outs because, like I said, my day job is keeping me really, really busy. But I need to do some reach outs because I have maybe 1 booking for February. So yeah. I'm not feeling very optimistic, but I'm also feeling a little overwhelmed with my other work.
Yeah, I have 2 parties right now. One is kind of a dud. Hopefully it'll pick up. And the other one is like at almost 500. We don't have any bookings yet. I do have one that's starting January, the end of January, so she can, but she wanted to do it into February so that she can get the double points. So we're just gonna make sure we close that out on the 6th. But so that's all I have right now. I'm home right now because I was a close contact and I tested negative, but I have to still stay home for right now. So yeah, working from home and trying to get stuff done.
Funny you say that. My daughter had close contact last week, and so we've been quarantined all week. She got her negative results yesterday, and we tested the same day, and I didn't get mine till today. So I dropped her off at school this morning and came back. So I've been working from home, my regular job all week. And like you, Alicia, it's been crazy. We're in budget time, and just it seems like everything's exploding right now. So it's been kind of hard to focus.
I don't know what you guys, what industry you guys are in, but I'm in healthcare, so you can imagine how crazy it is. And I support the scheduling systems for our organization. So because of COVID, we're very short staffed in a lot of our contact centers where they do the scheduling for the appointments. So it's been a little nuts.
Yeah.
I get you, Alicia. It's Laura, and I'm an RN and I work in urgent care. So we're swamped.
Oh my
120 patients a day. I'm exhausted. So
Ah,
I'm not surprised I finally caught it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work at a preschool, so we've had to close a couple of times now. And we didn't have to close hardly at all last year. We just closed once. But this time, this new variant's kind of everybody that has it right now at my center, because we just came back from Christmas break, nobody had contact with each other. So it's all from everybody, nobody was a close contact to each other. So it was like, we're just all bringing it in. Luckily I tested negative so I can go back to work, but it's kind of crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
hi, Amber.
Hi.
We were just talking about bookings and how scant they are this month. And so we're all kind of just, trying to drum up what we can. And of course, COVID and work is playing an impact on that. But
I've actually been trying to do, like, I have 2 this month that I've done where it's not on Facebook. Luckily they didn't want it on Facebook. They just wanted a link that they could share with their family and friends. And the one I did that just ended not, a few days ago, she got over $800 in sales. So
That's good.
yeah, so it did a lot
Nice.
better than what I was expecting. And then this one that's starting this weekend, she's also doing it the same way. So what I did is I'm using Linktree so that it's not just the shopping link that I'm sending to them. So I'm setting it up in Linktree so that I can have, like, I have several things in the link, like a video to explaining what Pampered Chef is. And then I have the link to the interactive catalog. I have, a few other links in there, and I include the shopping link in there. So that way it's a little bit more kind of like a party, but in just one link. So that seems to be working, at least for those. I may try to do more that way. Because, a lot of people, especially if they've got a lot going on, which it seems like that's the case right now with a lot of folks, that seems to be easier for them just to share that with family and friends through text or messenger. I don't know if anybody's tried anything like that or a little bit different. Any other ideas? I'm open to anything different.
I've done those before, a little Linktree party, and they worked out pretty well. I think I'm gonna try to do some 15 minutes express parties. I think because I was able to get a boards template for it. So I'm thinking I might try some of those.
You know what? I saw those boards. I thought that was pretty neat. I downloaded that on my phone. I've never done the 15-minute parties, so I've heard of them. I don't know. I guess I can't see how that works. Honestly, I haven't tried it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna maybe try to do them on the weekends because I know people are busy during the week. Then maybe try and do them on a Saturday or a Sunday where people have more time. So I'm gonna do some reach outs later today and try to do that. So have you guys been inviting people to the Winter Jam?
I'm actually about to do that right now.
I've invited
I
a
did
lot.
Yeah. I did Go ahead.
I was just going to say, yes, I've posted in my VIP group, and I went back through my old parties, and from November, December, and then my first week of January, I posted. So I've got a few people in there. I didn't want to post this week because I didn't want it to take away from, my current host. I just felt like it would take away from my current host party. So I didn't
I
add
didn't
it to my
think about
current.
that. That's a good point. I wonder. I posted it in my parties this week, but I haven't really pushed it. But I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, sorry I'm late. We had late dinner and now it's bath time. So I'm really just here to stalk all of you.
No, you're
In a
good.
bath.
I'll-
You can see we all have our cameras off, so
Right?
I'm eating dinner. And nobody wants to see that. So.
My son is calling me and I don't know if it's going to kick me out of this group. So, but I got to make sure everything's okay with him. So
Sure.
hopefully it doesn't kick me out.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Laura, and I did, with the group, what I did for the winter jam is I went back into all of last year's parties because Facebook, they never go away. And I posted it generic in the old parties. And then I reached out to all hosts and gave it to them and asked them to invite the people within their party that they thought would appreciate this. So I kind of left it up to them because I felt like for me, I wanted it more to be a host appreciation than customer, but I wanted customers too. So then I went back in my customer group and just did a personal email from the Consultants Corner. I
Mhm.
selected all of the customers that I knew were really active. And I think I have 44 that I counted that are in there, which
Wow.
is not a lot compared to what I sent out, but at least it's something.
I did a project broadcast little thing and got quite a few people. I think about 11, I think, that are joining it. And then I posted in my VIP group. But that's a good idea, going back to the other parties. I hadn't thought about that.
I always wonder when you go back to the old parties, how much it actually notifies people. Because I think Facebook does something weird where if that party hasn't been active in a while, like it doesn't, even if you post something, like I don't think they see it. I don't think it notifies them. I don't know how much time though I need to.
Well, I got good feedback on that, Alicia, because that's actually where most of my people came from. They got the notification and they asked if the party had been restarted. They actually personally messaged. So they do get a reminder if they were active in the party. If they weren't active in the party, they didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I've posted a few things in some of my older parties and I really haven't gotten any responses, so I wasn't sure if they were even seeing them.
I have a question for you regarding older parties. So Facebook will notify you like if somebody joins a party after, it's closed or whatever. And I just recently started reaching out. I've not gotten a response, but I just wonder what you guys do with those. I mean, do you just let them be, or do you reach out and say, hey, sorry, you missed the party? I don't know. I'm just curious.
Oh, it's
For
Laura
me-
again, and I actually personally message them to let them know that the party's closed, so that the hosts won't get their benefit. But if they're interested in going back through the post, they can review them, and if there's anything they need, I'd be happy to accept their order.
I think that's a great idea. I think I've just let them be. I've only had a couple that I've seen that happen, and I didn't. Since my parties, I go through and I mark them as party closed. So even the banner says party closed. So I just leave them. But that's a good idea.
Helps if you unmute. I'll talk it away. So Jessica, you're saying that some of those might be trolls. Have you had experience with that? Because I've not. Like I said, I haven't had any responses, but I just recently started.
Oh yeah. I've had people come into my groups before and well, I mean, some of them you can tell are trolls because they're from other. They're like
What do you mean
lurking
by
on people.
trolls?
They come in there and they post videos of other stuff, or they post inappropriate videos. Like they're just there. It's kind of like people who hijack Zooms. They're just there to be a pain in the ass. So they will ask to get into your group. They'll ask to get into your group and they don't know anybody. They're just there to like be obnoxious and post inappropriate stuff. So before I let anybody in, especially after the party's already closed, I ask my host if they know that person, or I go and I look at their Facebook and make sure they're actually friends with my host, or just, and send them a message directly being like, hey, do you realize this party's closed? Because some people don't get the invitation until weeks after the party has gone. They get a notification randomly. And so I always make sure there's a connection there before I just let anybody into the group.
Facebook is doing that a lot lately, by the way. I'm having my host not send all their invites in the same day because people aren't getting them. So I'm having them do like a little bit each day, and it seems to be working better.
That's part of the reason why I'm going to table only, because for the 15-minute ones, because I just can't do Facebook anymore. It's driving me nuts.
Table, I did one this week that was just Asian type of thing, and I think I have 6 people in there, and it's my VIPs, and like I join.
You cut out, Jessica.
My, like, it's not just a regular host party, but they group on table. So I'm still, the jury is out on how. Well, that's dumb. I'll put it in the chat.
Sorry, we were catching every other word.
I haven't tried Table yet. I'm gonna be honest. I know I need to get in there and check it out. It's hard, I just feel like I'm already stretched for time. So to learn a new platform is
I tried it, Shelley,
Yeah.
with a couple of parties, just because of the same reason. I was tired of really Facebook and trying to find a quicker way to do things. And I figured with those templates, it just seemed a lot easier. And it is easier, but the feedback I got from the hosts and the people that were in it is that they didn't like that you don't get those notifications when something posts. You get the one notification a day, or if you have to tag people for them to get a notification, and it's either email, and a lot of them don't want to give their phone number, and that's really the only way they'll get a text is if they give their phone number. So I don't know. I guess I got good and bad feedback. So I haven't gone back to Table. I've just kept doing. I've kept doing Host My Party on Facebook.
I know I can't remember what training I was watching. I don't know if it was Robin Schilling or another one talking about Table, but they kind of hinted around to some updates or upgrades to Table. So maybe those who are using it, giving them some feedback.
Jessica, have you seen anything different since you're in it? Oh, I forget, she's not talking. Let's see. Not yet. Okay. It is super easy. I do agree with that. It's just those notifications and getting people engaged.
I'm not gonna lie, I tried Table one time and it was a disaster, and I've kind of been very shy and reluctant to try it again. I need to do more training on it for sure.
Well, I joined a party that Hannah had. I think it was just kind of a test party. And like you said, Alicia, I think I got like one notification a day, and I didn't quite understand how to even participate in the party. So it was kind of a turnoff for me. I think it made me a little bit anxious about it. So I don't know how her party turned out, but I know that it was difficult for me to participate just based on the one notification, or a day or whatever came in. So
Right. I think you have to just realize that it's not going to feel the same as a Facebook party. There may not be, I have two parties going on right now, and I have one host that's not doing anything that I asked her to do. She hasn't gotten in there and commented on anything yet. And her party is sitting at a 0. And it would be just like your normal Facebook party. If it host doesn't do anything, they're not going to see the stuff.
Right.
Nobody's really interacting. I have another host who's commented almost on every single post, which there's not very many posts a day, which is good. You know, there's like 5 or 6 and they all drop at the same time, of course. And she's made her own posts. She's done some other things in there. And, but she will tag people in there. She's tagged a few people a lot of times. And I told her not to do too many of the at everyone, but, she's done at least one a day of those. And people are kind of going back in there. There's not a whole lot. It's really quiet compared to it, but she's got, almost $600 worth of orders, or no, I'm sorry, almost $500 worth of orders. So, she's doing okay on it. I think it's just, it looks and feels different. Like it is a little disconnected a little bit and stuff. But I think the more that I'm putting more things of my own posts in there too, I think that's going to help a lot. And then just reaching out to the guests, like either through email, or if they did give you their phone number, to text them personally and stuff, and do a lot of just reaching out. But it is kind of nice. So sorry, I'm seeing the chat stuff going on.
Nora,
Yeah.
you taught me and my team how to use Table, and I actually have my next party. I am doing Table, and I have been going into your show and following, and I agree with Jessica and some of the others. I think where the alarm is we're so used to the notifications, and then we can immediately respond to the notifications, which increases engagement with your guest. Now, not everybody that's in a Facebook show is engaging, so they're not seeing a lot of it anyway. But I think it's a process in your mind where you just have to go, okay, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. And honestly, I'm scared to death. I'm terrified of my party that's starting next week, because I do rely on notifications to be able to comment and things on people. But I think what I've seen with it, it's much more intimate, like a real at-home show. You at a real home show, you don't have 100 people in your party. You normally didn't get more than 10 to 15 people in your party. And it seems like that is more the table, whereas a Facebook show, you've got 50 people in there that you're engaging with. So I'm trying to treat it like this is my in-home show, and I'm going to have to actively just go in and make sure that because I'm not being notified, I'm responding to people.
I have not tried the live chat yet. I'm kind of scared, to be honest. I will try probably the next one that I do, try to set up a time to go in there, or even this one I'm in, the one that Laura's into now. With Stephanie, I'm going to try to maybe see on Saturday if I can go live. It'll be the last day of her party, but it'll be on a weekend. So I think it'll be easier to do that. So I may try to do a live chat, but I'm a little scared. I'm scared to do lives anyway. So.
Yeah, I never tried the live feature.
So switching subjects real quick and just back to the winter jam party. Like I was floored that there's like 3.1 thousand people in that group. I think that's pretty cool. I know I invited quite a few, but just to have that kind of response to it, I thought was pretty awesome. Silence. Everybody's chatting.
Yes, I totally agree. It's pretty awesome, that magnitude of people. But I think it's a really an awesome thing that Tracy and Cami are doing as well. So it's really awesome to, yeah, spoil our customers. They deserve it.
I agree. I think it's gonna be pretty fun. My mom joined and she sent me a message. She's like, "You're not commenting." I said, "Mom, this really isn't like my party." I said, I probably should have explained that to you. It's because she's a great guest. Like she will comment on everything. And I said, this is a large party and, I may not comment on everything. She's like, "Oh, okay." So I appreciate that she joined, but I probably should have explained that to her a little better.
I think the posts that are going on in it right now are just really cool. People seem to be interacting and they're very just get to know one another. It's pretty cool. I'm following it and hoping to see it grow and hoping that it helps everybody propel a little bit, but I think it's an awesome thing they're doing.
Yeah, I think so too. And I when I did my thing, I said, please make sure when you join to tag me on whatever post you're in there so I can find you, because there's going to be so many people in there. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I did offer all of my people that joined that we'll do a drawing that I'll give them some free PC for joining. So hopefully they'll all get in there and do that. So
That's a great
but I
idea.
hope we have
Nora.
that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's a great idea.
Because there's no way I'm going to scroll through all that stuff and find people. I'm like, oh my gosh. And there's some of my people that, because I did a project broadcast one, right? There's some of my people I haven't even talked to in like forever, that are joined. So that's pretty cool.
I had a couple surprise people join too. I when I got the notifications, they wanted, they had requested to be admitted. I was like, oh my gosh. Like I was just shocked. Because like you, I haven't talked to some of them, and there's a couple I haven't talked to them in a couple of years. So I was pretty excited to see that. That's awesome. All right. Well, it's almost 7. Do you think we should wrap this up, or I don't know. I really wasn't prepared to run a meeting. I just made the Zoom room for everybody. So, oops, sorry. Hello, anybody out there?
I don't have anything else. I mean, if you guys want to wrap it up, I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good too.
Okay.
It was good. It was nice to get together. So
Yes, thank
Yes.
you for sure.
yeah,
You all
thank you
have
for
a-
doing it, Shelley.
Oh, you bet. Have a fabulous evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Okay.
Shelley. Same to you. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.